Hi everybody, it's Honest John again. Now, once again, full disclosure, I'm an atheist. But I know that Christians around the world are waiting for Jesus to return. And they've been waiting an awfully long time. Much longer than the original Christians thought they were going to have to wait. So the world today is very different than the one that existed when Jesus supposedly lived. So what would it be like if Jesus came back today? Well, first, he'd open a Twitter account and a Facebook page and a fan page, and he'd be on Instagram and Tumblr and probably have a YouTube channel too. And I'll bet he'd have a lot of viral videos. Instead of the Sermon on the Mount, we'd have the tweet. But he'd be busy doing a lot of other things. You remember how in the Bible there's a passage where he beats the crap out of the moneylenders and the scribes and Pharisees in the temple and kicks them out? Well, I'm sure that if Jesus came around today and saw the state of Christianity, he'd be beating the shit out of a lot of people. Brian Fisher, David Lane, and everybody associated with that crowd. I'm sure Venom Fang X would catch a beating. I'll bet he'd go down to the Westboro Church and give them all leprosy. Instead of having disciples, he'd have a posse. And he'd probably be a rapper instead of a preacher. You reach more people that way. And he'd be a Grammy winner for sure, especially if he were to team up with Nicki Minaj or Snoop Dogg. He'd have corporate sponsorship too. This cure is brought to you by Aetna Insurance. It's almost as good as a miracle. And since our attitude towards sex have changed a lot since those days, I'm sure Jesus would have a lot of groupies and be getting laid all the time. On the other hand, he might come back, take a look around, and go, fuck it, and just go home. Thanks for listening.